We're live. Ready for the penultimate race of Tier 2. We're just getting ready to go into a one-shot quali. That's why we're not got any cars on track. So I'll give everyone the green light, and in we go. There we go. Yeah.
I think this must be the latest we've ever done a sprint of a season, right?
I think it is, yeah.
At least joint latest, anyway. But...
I think we might have had one round 9 when it was a 12. I'll quickly check safety car as well, just before we load in. Yeah, it's fine. I had a slight panic then. Yeah. Cool. Sprint around Qatar as well. When we first constructed the calendar, this was always earmarked as being a bit of a potential chaotic race, well, particularly as well considering how late it is and with the championship still raging on as well. So lots can still change with the constructors and the drivers. I know you were looking at permutations and stuff, but there's still so much that can happen. There's no real point really looking too much into it yet, apart from Curbold versus Paul, really, as the
I think the Tier 1 permutations seem to be really easy to follow, but the Tier 2, I think, is all the way down to like 8 from the drivers can still technically win it.
Because I know Jono, who was a bit on the fence about racing today with his hopes being crushed for the title, but I mean, he's still mathematically in it, so who knows what could happen going into today. Obviously, lots going on. I know there has been a glitch identified in Singapore as well, regards to tyre compounds available in the Qatar sprint. So we'll see if that manifests itself into an online one. I don't think it should, but we're on standby just in case there has to be a lobby start for that reason. Well, not a lobby start, but I go back to the lobby, and then we can then just custom build grid from the sprint. This is probably, I'd say, this is the worst track as well for one shot as well, isn't it? In terms of the potential for mistakes.
If I remember, I think that's why we picked it, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, you win a championship fight. For all we know, they could all be at the back together as well, and they just have to fight through. So, yeah, in terms of the risk of invalidating, it's beyond crazy, I think. I mean, I know you've got a couple more, like someone like a Spain, I think, can be quite bad just to dip it over a curb and then go 4 wheels out and invalidate. But here, I think you've got to be on the limit so much across the whole lap that the chance of doing it is just beyond crazy. Do I go to Kurabal then, as he's leading the way? We'll follow him round as he completes his time. Lots juggling around as we just go through turn 1 alone. Cheetah Doozy last. I wonder if that's already an invalidation from him. If we got Kisler then, moving up to P1. Him, Jono, Troy as your front. We've got Paul still in P4.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on Paul as well to see. Obviously, it's likely to be him and Curabo for the title. There still are others involved, but yeah, these would be your main two.
Ali at the moment looking like he might be in the mix for the front. Just to say that he's gone down to, it looks very close at the front. I will say that.
Yeah, he's back up the top.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's just lines. Oh, S1's obviously invalidated.
Well, Kizza was looking right up there, I think, for a while.
Banana's 17th, so I assume that's either a spin or an invalidation from him to put him down to last.
I think it's these 3 right-handers here. It's very easy to slightly go out the line. Spinax, I wonder if he's just not if that thing he's looking on for almost a top 3, and he's going to drop right down from that.
I know Kurobot said as well, so he's usually automatic. He says he's running manual just for this, so particularly just because of people's comments regarding the gear selection that it gives you through those 3 right-handers. But yeah, to the line then. So it's Jono then. Jono with pole again. lots of invalidations. I think it was half the grid that invalidated, so just what we expected did come to fruition. But Jono again, I'll quickly check the statistics in terms of where he stands. So that does move Jono. I know he loves his stats and a little flex. So Jono is now the record holder for pole positions in Tier 2. He then goes 1 ahead of Wizzy Boy. And he's the main man. In terms of permutation for the championship, then Kurbold is 5th, Paul in 3rd, as we quickly flick down the order to see where is everyone. Shocker obviously reserving, nice to see him back in Tier 2. He is in 8th. Faisal is in, but I don't think, is he going to be in for the sprint? He might just sneak in. He's just joined now. I don't know if he's going to be on the
I
grid.
don't think it would put him in a car. We'll see.
Yeah.
Interestingly, a few people as well pointing out it was a 20.7 as well. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's quicker than what quite a few of us were setting in our practice sessions, at least most of the time.
So we've said, haven't we? Was that a 4/10 gap as well that he had behind him? How close was the gap?
That big. I think it was less than a tenth, wasn't it?
But yeah, I think we said last night that there was a chance that one-shot quali does give you that extra bit of boost in terms of pace. Yeah, Trent in the chat said that he's got a 20.2 in TT and he barely does a 20.6 in short quali.
Yeah,
20.7 is
a lot of the best
disgusting.
practice goers. I think your best luck, wasn't it? It was a 20.6, which was the best out of all of us.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
I was going to say, I mean.
So for John, fair play. I mean, we'll see how that manifests into the race then with Jono, because Jono, he's clawing onto these title chances as Finax rejoins. I don't know if he's going to be in the car for the start, so we might be slightly mud for fuel. I've just realised that.
I think the default fuel for the sprint might be alright, but we'll soon find out.
Right, yeah, 5 red lights. Underway then for the sprint, 10 laps of racing it. Good start for Jono, looks like he's going to hold out down into turn 1. Paul, though, gets a good run as well, looks to go around the outside of Chesney. Don't think he's going to be able to keep that line. Gets pushed out wide, got the inside line for turn 3 though. Up he goes then, up into P2. Got to get some graphics on to see if anyone's choosing to go for different tyre strats. So Troy's the only one in the whole grid that's choosing
as well. Like Troy, who's gone off.
Troy fully round. Oh, he's full throttle as well, so his tyres are going to be completely cooked in the gravel there. Car off as well.
I think that might
breaker boards.
Consider dropping stops.
Up in the air. Oh, collision! Both Mercs in the wall. S1, the reserve, Cyril and K1 all in the wall there. Oh my god.
It's called the BSC.
Yeah, civil war happening at Merc back there. Troy's been able to snap past one of them. But again, Cyril again getting caught in something. Yeah, VSC, like you said though, still very close towards the front. Oh, Alfie nearly went into the back of Cheetah Doozy as well.
Of course, the one thing as well you're going to have with a sprint race here is it's very easy when you're battling side by side to, I suppose, just be left no room, force out of track limits. And yeah, you'll get an extra point or so at the end if you get a 3-second penalty and you get it removed from the sprint. But of course, you won't get the places back when we actually go into the lobby.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm hoping we don't see too many penalties get picked up.
Spinax in the pits.
Few pitters.
Oh, collision between the two. Are they both in the pits?
Gone off as well. No, they're not in the pit lane. It was at the final corner. They both went off. That's a green flag run.
Put the mini map on as well. Very odd then. So you've got 3 cars in the pits, which, considering it's only 10 laps of running, very painful.
Curable and Chesney come together and both off in the gravel as well. Chesney's
fully gone, yeah.
Yeah, Curable's kept somewhat stable, rejoined.
Yeah. Luckily he was ghosted there. Yeah. Because literally rejoined on the racing line.
Again.
Oh no. But for the title, this is massive. I mean, the only one thing I would say is, you've got the likes of both of the Alpines towards the back as well, but in terms of the drivers, you've got Poole hunting down Jono for the win, for the full 8 points that you would get for winning the sprint. Wolverine Killer as well, missed last week, but nice to see him back on the grid, and in third. Shocker as well. Distant fourth currently, but fourth, first race back into 2, that's a solid reintroduction for him to the grid. Big gap though between Shocker, 1.7 seconds. I wonder if the likes of Ali and Alfie are going to start closing up to him and pull him down. Oh, we got a triple spin.
Oh, Paul's off.
I wonder if that was a collision between
Paul and Jono.
Jono and Ali, yeah.
Corner, it seems like.
Wow.
And they're going to try to keep it side by side again into the final corner, and they just about make it work with Paul having to drop that.
Paul's going to get a run on him. I wonder if he got a really good run going into the penultimate corner. I feel a bit bad that I missed that. And then he just got too close and flicked each other around. I mean, both out of the points now. He's got movement again near the front with Ali and Alfie. Fearjack's retired, sat in the pits.
Yeah, Fearjack's retired in the pits.
Paysal's left, hopefully. I mean, I don't know if it's worth dropping a message to say that he'll obviously be in for the race if he just sticks around.
Yeah, I don't have him added to the invite back. I'll drop him
he's PlayStation, so he should be able to hop back in if he just joins from the same one. But if he asks, I can send him one. But then it's shocking then up to P2 after all that. And then Wolverine Killer's got a lovely gap though in terms of back to Shocker and Ali. This chasing pack very closely congested. Wow, lots happening there. Where is Kurbo down in 14th then, and you've got Poole in 9th, both not scoring a single point. Kurbo said there's a chance that he's... Kids are trying to go for a move at the inside of Alfie into the final corner. Got completely squeezed into the wall there. Pass goes Kookaburra and Cheetah Doozy looking for a move as well. Got the inside line. Alfie in 4th as well. No ERS left. Oh, and Ali gets the move done on Shocker as well. The Shocker goes very wide then. Slight collision there between the two of those. As Kids are then back past Cheetah Doozy, holds him off. Goes for a defensive move then and down into turn 5.
I've just loaded up the standings, so as it stands, it's the top 4 in the driver's standings are all outside the point positions in the sprint race. It's both Alpines, Curveball and Poole.
So the sprint is definitely throwing up some curveballs. S1, I just realised how distant he is at the back as well. 14 seconds off the back, so I don't know if anything else happened there or whether he got held in the pit stops.
I think he had to box, yeah, so at that point.
Ooh, big correction from Shocker. I don't know if he got caught from behind, but lost 2 positions there. Kookaburra and Alfie sneak past as he slots in behind the Red Bull man. Nearly halfway through this sprint and plenty of action happening. But Poole and John are still right on the back of each other, but outside of the points. They were right at the front and now they're down outside the points, so we'll see what happens with them, whether they can squeeze into the points. I imagine Alfie's going to be a sit-in duck on this main straight as well with no ERS to his name. Doozy's going for a move on Kizza behind him. Yeah, through goes Kookaburra then up in speed 3. Shocker getting very tasty on he's looking for a move as well.
They're almost 4 wide into the first couple of turns.
Yeah, very close, very dangerous. Oh, and there's a collision. All 3 of them. Cheetah Doozy. Cheetah Doozy tried to hang it with Kizza as well, but yeah, Brown goes 2 cars ahead and it's collisions after collisions here.
It seems that the big winner from that is Paul just suddenly shoots back into the point position. So
yeah.
I think he had an illegal overtake and he's pulled aside.
Yeah, that's pain. F1 Kid and Afix say, what is this? Yeah, exactly. Big gaps now opening up in that point scoring positions. Alfie's lagged out. And he said this, he did warn us of this happening, so we were aware of this. But big gaps now. Alfie's, I know he's ghosted, but 2 seconds off the front, so Shocker might be able to survive now in the top 4. Kookaburra out of all that just kind of snuck through. We'll have a quick look at gains. And yeah, 11 positions gained for Kookaburra, so even though he invalidated in the sprint, same with Ali really. Ali somehow up 14 positions. Alfie says his PlayStation has gone into safe mode. Yeah, 2.9 then.
John's going to have a good run and get back up to 7th then and through Cheetah Doozy in the DRS.
Yeah, Poole might try a late move. I don't know if he will. No, thinks better of it for now. Tucks in behind Cheetah Doozy, but very close now. Within fighting distance. Cheetah Doozy trying to stick with Jono though and continuing round.
Looks like they've almost got quite a clear front 4 now suddenly.
Yeah, I mean it's very separated at the top. Wolverine Killer after that collision, he's kind of kept that gap at 1.7, 1.8 and never really looked back, so yeah, he looks set on now to get his 8 points in the sprint and then be pole position for the main race as Phase Out is back now for the main race then, so good to see. But yeah, Alfie dropping down and down and down outside the points now as Banana's now going to zip past him going into the top 10. You've got some big hitters down outside the top 10, haven't you? I mean, you've got Troy, Kurbo, Chesney and Alfie. And I mean, Flatbread's shown in the past that he's got some very good pace, so Flatbread's going to be an interesting one to watch as well for the main race, cutting through.
Cheetah do a 3-second penalty as well.
That's going to be painful for him.
We see a couple more of those get picked up.
I mean, in terms of starting position, I don't think that's going to affect him too much, but for the little bits of points that he wants to get from the sprint, that is going to move him down. Through goes Doozy then, stuck with Jono for that lap, and then straight past Jono. It's pulling, still behind these two guys, not being able to make that move. Only 3 laps of racing left.
I think if you're in Paul's position, you're currently seeing Curable down and Crouch, and you're thinking
Points.
you're probably going to get 2 points from this because you drop behind you on penalties.
Do you want to risk?
And you just take the better starting position, and then
Big moment from though going through the right-handers. Gets a massive snap on the traction. Cyril as well just behind, but with a penalty as well, which is quite painful for him. So we will drop behind, and then you've got the likes of Chesney, Kurvod and Flatbread all within that 3 seconds. So we will drop several positions, unfortunately.
it's all beginning to look like it might link up towards the end of the race, from about 6th all the way down to 13th. You could end up in DRS. It's just Chesney who's just outside that mark.
Yeah. Pulls a little bit further back on this lap, but he's still within the mix then for DRS, so I think the only real action we'll have for these last bit of points will be here, 6 downwards.
Yeah, they're all back in DRS again.
Lots of people flashing. It's going to be painful just to see how far Cheetah Doozy drops. Just looking at the gaps. I mean, I do gap the leader just so we can have a better idea how many positions 3 seconds will drop him. He's gonna drop all the way down to around 12th position, yeah, which is pain. We'll stick with it and see. Obviously, fighting here is not going to help his cause in terms of getting points.
Yeah, he's just got to hope for another break in the DRS and just hope a couple of them can run away. But
yeah,
so potentially Banana might be that break, because I think he got moved in on Cyril this lap.
Yeah, so it's just whether that's enough then to kind of hold the progress from the guys behind.
Yeah. Yeah, Cyril tried sending a move at him, didn't get the move done, but it slowed him down.
Yeah.
SL, when he's at the back, it was late to pick up a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, so 4 drivers within 8 laps. Obviously, how long's that? Oh, again, Cyril's got one as well.
Oh, he's round. He's off into the gravel.
I mean, points would have knocked him down outside the points anyway, but yeah, that's pain because just naturally he's going to be, what, 15th now on track?
Yeah, I think these two get through as well.
Yeah, so you should probably finish 15th because Finax is down in 16th and some way back from that fight there, so it's painful for Cyril, but at least the penalty won't really knock him back any further. So all very calm up front then for Wolverine Killer, Ali, Kukbra and Chocker. Kiz is slightly closing him in, and he might be able to get a run on him, you know, going into the final lap. Scums some DRS on him and he's closing in, he's within 4/10 of him now. Kiz might be able to nick P4 here as well. As Doozy's then past Jono, and Cyril's retired in the pits.
Cyril, yeah. Cyril will get some moves done on Chesney as well, but Cyril will have the penalty, so we'll end up losing that back.
It's painful as well for Cyril, but yeah, all these people with penalties, it's painful knowing that in such a short space of time you've racked up pens and it's going to heavily... Oh, John didn't defend on the move from Paul as he dived down the inside. Slight contact between the two, but yeah, John stays ahead of Paul. Given Cheetah Doozy a bit of breathing room, but still nowhere near enough to be safe going into the going onto that straight as we tick on to lap 10. Ali's, I've just realised, has nicked a bit of time off Wolverine Killer in the last lap, down to 1.2. I don't think he's going to be close enough to...
Wolverine Killer's not got any ERS left though. From
it's just Ali going.
Ali saved a lot, but he's not going to be able to get DRS.
Yeah, if he wanted to burn it, he should have done it a bit before. I mean, he's still not using it going into the straight, yeah. That yellow flag at the back.
You can absolutely drain it along the straight here, but it's still not really going to help that much.
Still not choosing it, yeah. This man thinks he can carry it over to the main race. Yeah, fights at the back then. Kizza, yeah, through he goes as well. Shotgun realised.
Massively before the corner.
Yeah. Oh, look, Ali's literally... Ali is within DRS, but I mean, he's not going to be able to do anything with him now that he's stuck behind him for the whole lap. I might be wrong, but he's going to have to... If he really wants to win, he's going to have to do a bit of a crazy dive on him, which, considering he's 8/10 back, I mean, I don't see it happening really. I think it's going to stay like this for the podium position at the front 4 now. That Kiz has done his move as well.
Kurbold also got moved on Banana further back. He showed decent pace considering what happened early on, but again, the penalty's just going to cost him when he's just play game.
Alpine having another poor day at the office in the sprint, so only upwards from here for the main race. Oh, Kisa gets a pen. I was actually on board with Shocker and I saw him cut the corner. That's going to painfully move him down past Shocker again after making that move. But we'll watch Ali towards the line.
Wolverine really dropped off.
Yeah.
I think Ali's really missed out by not joining.
He gets a 3-second pen.
It's going to be Ali to win the sprint then if he avoids it.
That's 2 warnings in the last 2 corners for Wolverine Killer to bottle the win. I mean, even if Ali just stays behind there, that's Ali's win then. Runs into the line.
Contacts up to the line, I was going to say.
But yeah, wow. I mean, he would have probably, I don't think he would have got him naturally. But that's Ali then, he wins the sprint. Crazy, crazy result considering where he started. Wolverine Killer second, Kookaburra third, Shocker then regaining that 4th position once when Kizza got that penalty on that final lap. So lots of people ragging the car around on the final lap then, aren't they? Just to try and eke that last little bit of time out, and they've come a cropper to it. Last point then going to Cheetah Doozy. He then got done in the end by Jono and Paul with the pen, dropping him down to 8, but managed to hold on then to the last point by just over a tenth, so very close. But last point then goes to Cheetah Doozy.
It doesn't seem like it's going to have huge ramifications on the title battle in the end, like it looked like it could early on after Kurbold spun, because obviously Paul's managed to get 2 points on him here, but it looked like it could have been a lot more.
Yeah, well, it could have been the win effectively for Paul if he stayed in that fight, because they were fighting for the win when they had that collision. So yeah, Paul and so I don't know if Paul's at John in the chat, so I don't know if it was whose fault it was. I mean, we see it like ends up going into a ticket, but plenty of drama happening within the sprint as you flick through. But the big winners, I mean, just within your top 5, you've got 3 massive gainers of positions. Even Banana, I mean, up 10. Ali though, winning it from 16th, that was crazy. I mean, unless he just showed crazy pace. I mean, he validated his run. I don't know what kind of pace Ali's got around Qatar, but you can only tip your hat to him. But no, yeah, like you said, no real impacts on the championship for our front 2. It's just whether the likes of Kookaburra. I mean, Kookaburra's not completely out of it. He's still within that mix. But wow, Shocker's a good debut then back into Tier 2, picking up P4.
Yeah, main race like that, and you just never know what's going to happen behind them in the title race. But
yeah. Right, now's the time to see, is there a glitch? Do people have their medium tyres?
The one thing I noticed, the Merc reserves, the SL1, he, I think, made a mistake, really, because he pitted and put on hard tyres. So unless he's took the harder compound mix, he's now going to have to run soft at some point in the race.
True.
I think he's going to have to try a medium soft and just hope the tyres last.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting just to see what people opt for strategy. I mean, medium soft is somewhat viable, but then obviously the tyres are just dead. But I think people will probably go for the harder tyres and just see if they can cling on and do that. I wonder if anyone's going to gamble on a little 2-strat. 2 pit stop strat? No, probably not. There's always some crazy. I feel like someone's always got a big idea. I mean, it all depends on safety cars, really, doesn't it?
In their locker, aren't they, to risk some up that.
I'll start on the soft. I'll do a soft hard or something. But obviously, a couple of collisions in that sprint. No full safety car though, so we'll see if one manifests itself in the main race. Ali starting on pole for the main race. What kind of start can he get? There's 5 red lights, back underway, and he gets a lovely start then. Running away from Wolverine Killer. A couple of moves further down the order, but yeah, Wolverine Killer, no matter. Oof, big move at the inside from Kizza. Oh, we've got a slight spin. Oh, we've got a spin across the track.
There's an Alpha
Romeo Shocker round.
Yeah.
Shocker. Oh.
Yeah.
And
who's that behind? Falling down the order again.
Banana again as well.
Off in the wall.
Oh my god, how's he over there? Oh my god, we've quickly flicked through tyres as we're just trying to digest all this.
Paul's round as well. That's both.
Oh my god.
Again, then jumping right down the order.
These guys just want to do last the first challenges, don't they? So everyone's just trying to settle back in after that early chaos, but worth noting that we've got 2 soft runners off the line then with Ali and Banana. Ali up front, so trying to pull that early gap to Wolverine Killer behind who's on the hards. Slight contact ahead between Troy and K1 as the Alpine boys try to kick through the field. I mean, Chesney's already up to 6th, so good start for him. Jono's up to 5th. They will quickly flick to initial positions gained. Lots of positions gained through P5 down to P12. Particularly, you've got Spinax, S1 and K1 as well up big gains. Front 2 though, you're only 2 positions that have stayed the same apart from Alfie down in 14. So we flip back to tyres and we're
so
settling.
Alfie comes dive into the pits as well, so he'll go back to last. And yeah, so both the top 2 in the championship stay out. I didn't see any damage on either of them. So Hayes also winning. I think so Alfie retires and Fadal sped into the pits.
That's painful. I think Alfie didn't get back in for the session, so it must have not enabled him to change his fuel, so I guess that's why he's retired, but painful that that's the case and he's had to leave. Kizza seems to be on a bit of a mad charge right now. Past Wolverine Killer on the mediums, trying to then catch up to Ali, who's obviously going to have to pit a lot earlier than these guys. So it's a bold strat. We'll quickly flick through, we'll get the telemetry up and see if anyone's chosen early doors to... Faisal's only just got out of the pits as well. If anyone's chosen to underfuel from the start.
He got held up from Alfie's car. It seemed a bit off.
I was going to say, he came in the same time and he's now 28 seconds off the back, so very odd. Because Jono's like that as well. Oh no. He had this last week as well, so...
Flatbread's round.
Don't know where to look at the moment, there's just so much happening. Yeah, Alfie's already served.
Like sent to Jono.
I don't think it's going to happen this lap, but DRS activated, we might have a swap for the lead next lap if Kizza can reel in Ali anymore during the race. Based on what it's saying in the chat, it doesn't sound like Jono's coming back, does it? And I hope that he can hop back in, but because that's very painful considering how unsure he's been and whether he's racing this week to then have another internet issue knocking his chances out. But Spinax then and Troy passed him, go up to 6th and 7th. Worth saying while we were talking about that, Chesney's already picked up 3 seconds as well for track limits. Just extreme.
Well, ERS doesn't seem to come back here. Wolverine Kid is already down on 14%. That's what spin. There's another spin. That R1, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't get going again. He's gotten off and he's getting going and got a 3-second penalty early.
Banana trying to get a bit bold and aggressive against Cyril, but choosing just to stick behind him for now.
Because he's used a lot of ERS, but he's done a good job doing that, to be honest, because he's managed to stay in Ali's DRS just. He's right on the verge, but he should have it this lap.
Yeah, so F1 Kid asks me how is Chase coming, because that's lovely. It's lovely everywhere. That's very interesting, yeah, that Wolverine Killer. I wonder if that's going to come back to bite him. The fact that he's got nothing left with regards to the ERS. Because like you said, yeah, if anything, it continually eats away at itself. It's not one of these ones that you could just settle into a slipstream and just let it just come back naturally. It's just going to eat itself away. Oh, as John gets back and heavily lags the session when I'm up with Chesney.
Oh, the flatbread's off. He's off quite far into the gravel. I think he's going to get a penalty to join, maybe? No, he does avoid one, but...
I wonder if he got
a trip across the gravel.
I wonder if he got knocked off by the desync then, of people joining and leaving, because it was simultaneous. You had Jono coming back and S1 leaving the session at the exact same time, so it might have slightly muddled him. But yeah, Kids are getting very close this time. But yeah, going back to Wolverine Killer, I mean, he's got the gap over Kookaburra behind, but Kookaburra and Chesney behind have got 50 upwards in terms of their ERS usage. And then he's on 2, and it's not going to come back like you said. So well, I think he might have.
And especially here, I mean, you know, famous last words, but you wouldn't really be expecting a safety car, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
You want to be relying on that. That's of course going to be big as well for the title with Gurwell back in 16th. And, I mean, Paul's in 11th, so he might be able to work his way back up. Gurwell gets 3 seconds.
Because it makes a move then for the leads, yeah,
seconds.
as well.
Well, he's going into the pits.
I wonder if he's going to leave because of the lag. I wouldn't be surprised if he calls it a day already.
Yeah, he's not trying to slow down, so that's the retirement in the pits going.
It's K1, but the 3-second penalties are already coming, flying in, only lap 5, and you've already got several drivers that have accumulated them, so some people very struggling early doors, so...
Because he's managed to already get ahead of Ali then on the medium tyres, but Ali's obviously running soft.
Chesney as well with this 3-second though, getting past Kookaburra, so Kookaburra falling down into an Alpine sandwich. And now it's just whether Chesney can then catch up to Wolverine Killer, who's going to be flashing the entire race at this rate, isn't he?
He's just still trying to use it.
Yeah,
he's got nothing left to use.
I've got nothing left. He's just got dust in there, just hoping. I mean, he's going to be ragging the car around like the end of the sprint. He was chucking the car around and then picked up those 2 late warnings that cost him the win in the sprint. And Chesney's going to be in his DRS, so Wolverine Killer not looking completely in shape for this fight at the front. Because it might.
Said, he has started on the hards while Chesney's on the mediums, but still, Speed Jack's the latest to get through the
Yeah, the one thing saying about the tyre allocation in terms of the split between mediums and hards, it's quite a 50-50 race in terms of how early you pit for like hards or mediums, vice versa. I think it's only 1 lap differential between either going either way. So, but Paul on the verge of points, fighting back as he's got Fearjack and K1 scrapping up ahead of him, so this is good for him just to be able to reel these guys in a bit more, but Cyril gets another 3 seconds as well. But yeah, Kuro rolled down to 16th, so not good for his title chances, but good for him in terms of his push up through the grid. Yeah, Flatbird in the chat as well, complaining about the lag, yeah, so he's been muddied by people joining the session. Oh, K1 gets a bit leery on the throttle, losing that position then to Fearjack. A couple of actions going on. I mean, Ali's still within touching distance of Kiz at the front as well, but that gap. So Chesney's then past Wolverine Killer, and then he's still tagging on. Kookaburra's not in DRS yet, but I mean it's ticking down, so I don't think he's going to get it this lap. Might have a snip of it next lap.
Seems this Fear Jack K1 fight is really dragging a lot of them into
Yeah, look how close Pool is just this lap alone. He's going to choose to empty his battery, but long term, whether that's the right option or not, we'll have to see. That's Phase Hours in a wall. Oh, he's completely gone at the penultimate corner. Oh, it's not the penultimate corner, it's middle of the lap. It's end of sector 2, he's decided to put it into a wall, so...
Sure, what easily gets past Shock with the DRS. Seems there's quite a few of those where the DRS overtakes seem very simple here.
Yeah.
Done quite a bit before the corner.
Poole trying to get the move done on K1. He's very generous with the space, keeping it to the inside.
Phase out off again, is that?
Yeah, I wonder if he's cooked his tyres. He's coming into the pits. I'll watch him just to make sure he doesn't do anything crazy.
It's like Nana gets moved in on Cyril, as Jono's also attempting to get through Cyril.
Yeah, scored over.
I think Cyril would have got a warning for that, as they're trying to go side by side. Yeah, he's got a penalty from it.
K1 getting a massive snap as well, coming out of that corner.
Slight contact between John and Cyril. They're going to try and go wide. Oh, I thought they were going to try to go side by side into the free right-handers, but Cyril is the right to impact.
He uses his brain, thankfully.
Yeah, I was concerned for a moment.
So this is the big gap then. I mean, this whole fighting between Poole, K1, Banana, well, both McLarens really in this scrap, it's really opened up this gap upwards. You look at Cheetah Doozy, like Cheetah Doozy's just living in his own little world there, isn't he? In front of this scrap, he's just living, doing his own race, just settling in.
The important thing for him as well, when you've got this much time, is there's no need to push the limits. Like,
Yep.
You've not got anyone in front ready to go and overtake. You've not got anyone just behind you. Let's just avoid the warnings and don't get penalties.
Yeah.
And you've not got a need to.
trying to look for a little move there on K1. He's trying to get a bit aggressive. It's nice that he managed to get back in there, because obviously Canada last week he lagged out and then couldn't get back in, and that was his title fight done from his eyes. Just getting very close to K1 here. K1 choosing to go defensive. John looking for a little switchback. Oh, little lag there, but yeah, sent K1 to the shops there. Through he goes. Cyril next up on the list then of trying to get past K1. Banana though in this fight, but worth mentioning him and Ali, but obviously both on the soft still, so it won't be long until both of those will be paying a visit into the pits.
Yeah, well, there's probably about lap 10 or 11 they're going to have to then go and stick on the hard, really.
Yeah.
You can try and make the soft mediums work, but you will be risking punching at some point in the way.
Paul then, don't know if he's going to be close enough this lap to get the move done on Fear Jack, because he needs to start looking upwards, really. Because the gaps are, I mean, if he wants to get up to Troy, that gap has really opened up to above 6 seconds. Oh,
he had a lot of hesitation on which side to go.
Yeah.
It's the back of Fear Jack.
But he gets past, just about, and now he tries to just gap him in this lap. I mean, he's got no ERS though compared to Fear Jack, he's on 40%, so I worry for his sake that Fear Jack's just going to stick with him and just use up even some crumbs of his ERS and just fly back past him.
I think if he committed to actually just going for the overtake, he would have got through much easier.
Yeah. Things are looking very close within the top 7 as well between a couple of drivers. You've got Wolverine Killer still on the back of Chesney, and then that little train that's now separated nearly 2 seconds off the back of Wolverine Killer, Kookaburra, Spinax and Troy. So still potential for things to move about in this fight near the front, and well, more importantly down the back as well. Kurabo I just realised Kurabo's nearly 5 seconds off the back of K1 down in 15th, so whether he's carrying any damage, whether he's just trying to settle in and regain something, but
he's just praying for a safety car, and it's one of the least likely traps to go on for him.
Yeah. Right, so Banana's in 8 laps in, and he's choosing to bail off of these softs. That's 19 laps.
To get strong Kookaburra, but again, it's just another easy
DRS overtake. Yeah.
A couple of them as well as Fear Jack gets back through Paul.
Right, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Banana in terms of his pace and cutting back through the field now that he's made that pit stop, because I mean, he's put on the hards. The hards are going to be, they can make it to the end, but they're not going to be that big moment from Kookaburra just as I'm talking about Banana there. So I wonder if Spinax can kind of pull that gap. It's nearly 8/10 already. Cyril gets another 3-second pen. This is the main 3-car line that we've got any kind of action in, but it's getting very stretched out. Kids are 1.5 seconds up the road from Ali as well, who's you'd expect to be good. Well, considering Banana's pulled into the pits, Ali should be in this or next lap, but go on board with him and see how he's looking with these softs. He's still kind of keeping in touch with Kissel though. We've got yellow flag towards the back. Cyril again, having a very
get going there.
Oh,
he's had a slight moment getting going. Thought it's going to be kind of going. I don't know he's managed to do.
Right, well
he's trying to.
Well, that's purposeful, yeah. Right. Cyril, if you're listening, you need to behave yourself, please, because that was clearly on purpose. Banana behind now, next on line just to spin past him. I'm watching Cyril just to make sure he doesn't do anything stupid.
Yeah, I'm watching him. So I don't know if he's going to go back to the fight. He's doing similar. Okay, he's into the pits.
I'm hoping he just doesn't try and hit a wall and knock his win off. Which it looks like he might do. If that's a safety car, I'm gonna be fuming.
Yeah,
wow.
Safety car.
Right. Well, that's completely ruined the race. Thank you very much for that, Cyril. And he's retired in the pits.
Yeah, so he didn't even want the safety car.
Well, the main thing for these people, like, no one's really done a pit stop, but if you're the mediums, that's well, hard runners, that's a couple of laps too early, really.
Yeah, I think now the hard runners realistically they're going to go to mediums that probably won't last, and they're almost going to have to two-stop this. It's going to work out, for Ali who hadn't done his stop. I think what Banana's going to be the big lose from his had to have already done his stop to hards. And he's probably going to have to stick to these hards. I think other than Banana, you're almost looking. There's cheated duty 500 penalty. It's could throw off the speed into the pit.
Well, we'll see what happens at the end then. Obviously, Ali then that's worked out perfectly for him, really, because now we can chuck on the hards. Because he was literally about to come in.
Wolverine Killer is another one who had boxed, so he's also going to miss out quite a few decisions.
Yeah,
so he's now in his pit.
People not typing with Cyril in the chat.
I think what makes it worse as well is that he then goes in the pit lane and retires.
Yeah. And not justifying it, but yeah, at least if you stay around, like, you've then clearly just tried to benefit from it. You have no intention of even racing, so at that point, why are you even, like, you're just ruining the race for everyone else on the... And you've got 15 other drivers here that are trying to perfect their strategy and have a good race, and then you've just done that,
and I mean, it could have huge impact on the title as well, because you're now in a situation where you've brought Curable back into it, which obviously, he's going to be enjoying, but with him set to apparently miss the final race leads to be what he's saying, this could have been a big day for Paul, who looked like he was going to be seen in sort of a position that meant going into the final day, you would have only had to gain minimum points to overtake him.
Yeah, LZ's in the chat is expressing all that. He's saying Wolverine Killer and the rest behind have all been screwed. And it's completely true. You got people that are trying to actually perfect their strategy and then rely on that, and then it's a track as well we look at and say it's a race that we shouldn't have any issues with safety cars, really. I mean, it's so the chance for safety car is this is probably the least likely track to get a safety car on the whole calendar. And then to get
hacked as well as anyone under fueling, because that was the other big thing is anyone falling victim to fuel. Someone else is boxing. That's falling. It's a very strange decision to only box now. I wonder if he's done himself wing damage in this. If not, he's going to go.
He did get he did get a 5 second. I think that was him that got a 5 second penalty for a collision. Yeah, so he got a collision for driving into the back.
Yeah, they got a wing ready to change.
That's very painful for him.
And he's got the softs ready. The softs won't make it to the end.
Oh, I wonder if he's forgot to change his tyre allocation. And it's, well, not his allocation, but he's just needs his, he's just come in to get rid of the wing and he's forgotten to then flick his tyres from harder and medium.
Oh, he started on the hard, so he's gone hard, medium, soft now.
Oh, so he's had to.
If he can, he's going to have to get round and box back probably for the medium. He wouldn't have put any wear on them, really. Although I guess either way, he probably would have had to do another stop anyway, so... Maybe he'd be okay.
That's very painful. I mean, I don't think the safety car's going to do another lap, which makes it worse for him. Shock as well towards the back with Banana. Banana as well, this kind of worked out quite nice with him. There, guys, don't worry, guys. I'm literally, I can see the chat. We're not going to red flag the race or anything. I mean, it's just peak, but it was
happened before. We just have to stick with it, and then we're looking to that.
Yeah. But yeah, I understand Wolverine's frustration because that has completely ruined the race. And then the attitude from the driver that's done it is the worst part about these things.
Yeah, he seemed to look a bit okay. Yeah, we were on board at the time. We've seen what's happened. Safety car's going to be in at least this lap, so we're at least going to get back to racing and see what happens after all of this. Of course, the other painful thing is going to be those who have already picked up penalties now with everyone back together.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, big field spread happening before this, and then we'll see what happens. Kids are choosing to go very late then, because he obviously realises how long the straight is, so very smart from him, really, to go slow on the restart. He's probably, I don't know if he's going to take this all the way to the line. Painful for Poole though, yeah, so he's not able to get that extra stop in. I mean, considering how long the restart's going, he may have been able to do his pit stop. Yeah,
I think he's going to have had to box again, so I think he'll be okay.
Yeah. Kids are getting that jump done. Spinak's going for a move on Chesney, getting it to stick.
Wolverine Killer also trying to dispatch Kookaburra immediately. They go side by side, and Kookaburra has a slight moment, and I think that's going to let Wolverine Killer through.
Yeah, Wolverine Killer probably driving with the bit between his teeth now, trying to make up this lost time. I imagine he's going to go for a dive now on Chesney. Oh yeah, very aggressive, and gets a 3-second penalty there when he probably could have gone for a move down the inside. We've got a spinner at the back as well. That's Fear Jack this round.
Jack, he's off in the wall as well. I wonder if he's got wing damage. I don't think so. It's unfortunate we end up in the wall here, because there's very few corners which are really close enough to the walls for it to be the case.
K1 getting swamped to the inside of the fast right-handers. Oh, contact between him and Kurbold.
So it's got through them, I think.
Yeah. Through he goes, but so Kismet still out in front, two hard runners out of front. I wonder what's going to happen with these medium runners, whether they'll be able to go towards the end.
Pulls another one wanting to get a move on as well, gets 3k1 into the final corner and not waiting to see. And obviously they are seeing action yet, they're not waiting for the straight. It looks like Shocker and K1 are going to go wide, side by side into the first turn, and Shocker gets through as well. So South America gets 3k1.
I think still very close obviously after that restart. No real gaps in the train. Everyone's still nose to tail, so plenty still can change. Oh, contact up ahead. Chesney goes gets contact from behind from Kookaburra, but there's any wing damage from Kookaburra there. Oh, we've got to move them behind. Oh, contact between Kurbold and Jono. Kurbold tried to keep in on Jono, and he's made contact. I think, yeah, Jono hasn't even spun. Kurbold, the big loser there, and all the way down to last in the gravel.
And the worst thing for Kurbold is, well, he's on the mediums, and I do reckon he's going to have to box again, so he's back in the position he was in again, where without a safety car, he's going to be completely out of it.
Wow. Again, big for the title. Because you got Paul. I mean, Paul's only 9th though, so minimal gain really from in terms of the chat with fight. Because what's the gap at the moment? Like it's around 20 points, isn't it?
No, it's I think it's only 4 between the top. Let me go double check. But I think the top gap is only 4 points, and then it's about 20 back to the rest of them. Yeah, Paul's only 4 points short of him at the moment. So with the sprint points as well, Paul could be taking championship lead. I think he might need another overtake done to get championship lead today.
I wonder what's going to happen in terms of the constructors as well, because that's one of these ones where I'll quickly get that up while we're watching Paul on screen. Gap between Alpine and Red Bull then is at 22 points. And Red Bull, I mean, both teams have both cars in the points. Kurbold's gone round again. Hopefully
I think the big team who are really going to miss out is going to be Ferrari, because Ferrari needed both drivers really getting high-end points from both races.
Oh, Troy made a mistake and he's round. Oh yeah, fully gone, yeah. Fighting for the lead.
Wing, is it? No, it's wing.
He's fallen right back into this little train that's happening back here. Mad scraps. Troy lose the position to Paul, and now he's got Jono side by side. He's going to save his ERS, I think, for now. So Jono's passed. Spinax with an aggressive move to go down the inside of Pool. He gets that move to stick just about, yeah. All 3 seconds behind from Kurobold as well, so Kurobold not having a good day at the office.
Kurobold's into the pits, wondered if it's going to be his retirement.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance of it, isn't it? Unless he did hit the wall and he got damaged.
Down. He might just need, he might just need the wing change then.
It's very painful still though, because the gap is already 16 seconds. So at this
he
point,
needs a wing change. They're not doing it. He might have just kicked his tires in. It might just be that's why he's probably realised he needed to do that pit stop anyway.
So Wolverine Killer's back out in the lead after all the chaos that's happened, but he has got this penalty. I mean, Kizza and Ali. Oh, we got a spin as well. It's Shocker's round.
Shocker's latest to go.
Yeah, Kizza and Ali are sitting very nicely here on the hards and without penalties. So this is big. This could be a big race for them because all the cars around them, or remotely close to them, have all got penalties of some degree. So Wolverine Killer gets another 3 seconds, so he's really ragging the car around to try and get this time up. But Kizza might just be able to get the move done on track now, and it's right behind him. So and he's flashing. Wolverine Killer flashing once again. Pass goes Kizza then for the lead, tucks in behind, but yeah, that's Kizza then in the lead of the race without a pen as well, so looking very nice for him.
I think as well, Wolverine Killer probably will have to box again. I assume he's just going to keep staying out and just seeing something again to offer him the chance to box, whether not to BFC or a full safety car. Another yellow flag further back. I think that might have been Fear Jack.
I mean, there's still plenty going on there. The only real gaps is you've got K1 down in 12th, 4.2 adrift of Banana in 11th. Got another yellow flag. So Kurobold again. Has Kurobold gone round again? Oh, it's painful. Plenty going on. Paul then slightly adrift as well, but the worst thing for Paul is he will have to do a pit stop because he might have picked up a little warning there.
I don't think he's going to be the only one. This squad's going to be interesting to see if any of the medium runners try to go to the end. I think there are at least 2 written chances if they did. So we might see some of them try that, but yeah, like you said, Paul 100% is going to have to stop again.
I guess it depends on the gap behind. I mean, he will go to the back of Bar Kurobold. Got a yellow flag as well. If we've got a car around in the wall.
That's K1. Yeah, K1 there. I don't know if he's managed to
yeah, he has. He's got an end plate missing. I've looked around.
Painful, so he's going to have to do the whole lap plan.
He's missing his right end plate. It's his second race in a row. I mean, he was spinning a bit in Hungary, wasn't it?
Kids is almost looking to get through Wolverine Killer on the last of the 3 right-handers.
Yeah, so Wolverine Killer must have made a little dart then to go for the move because Kizza was in the lead, so Wolverine Killer managed to get back past him. He's managed to actually claw some ERS back.
I wonder if mediums had died off a bit and he's just... It almost seems to hold everyone up a bit.
Troy's round as well. Troy,
there's safety car.
Yeah, no front wing for Troy. Wow, this is a lifesaver for the likes of Pool and Kurobold then, the championship contenders. I wonder if Pool's Jono's gone round and then Troy slammed into him and lost his wing. One of the way there's been contact between those two. But wow, 2 safety cars. I mean, that one looked like a genuine collision, which is slightly promising for that. And I wonder what Wolverine Killer's going to do. Is anyone going to pit? Surely everyone's in for softs now.
Yeah, I think everyone goes in. The medium runners, I think, were effect have to box anyway, so it saved everyone on the mediums, I reckon.
Spinax choosing to stay out.
Yeah, I was going to say, he seems to be the only one. Watching everyone else come through and seeing if anyone else is going to do the same.
Painful for a couple of teams that might have to double stack, but I mean, at this stage, you just have to come in, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, so according to Chimp, Doozy spun Jono and Troy collected them. So that's how. So Troy did run into a spun Jono, unfortunately. So something to keep an eye on.
So Paul's going to come back up 6th then, penalty free.
This has worked out beautifully for him, really, hasn't it? Because he was going to be last with bar no safety car. Kurabo then back in as well, which is lovely for him. Although I don't know if he's actually going to have any softs left. He's in the pits. Oh, Troy gets a 3-second buy in the safety car for track limit.
Yeah, that's last thing you want to do is get behind safety car.
Yeah, so Kurabo in, hoping that he's got another fresh set of softs to chuck on.
Yeah.
I want to
like soft going on the car.
Svinax must be looking behind us and seeing all the new softs and being like, we may have made a slight mistake here. I mean, there's no way he survives.
Those mediums are already 8 laps old and around the car. If one, I think he's only going to drop back as we get going, but we'll see. So in all of this, it's still Kizzer and Ali right up there then, who both managed to stay penalty free, and then Pung's the next penalty free car.
Oh, yeah, so he's in already. I mean, he's in the pits now. But it's too late. I mean, he's
going to go dead last, other than maybe if Pure Bowl doesn't get round in time.
He might have him. Well, he might be able to have a K1 as well, depending on if K1's got a delta to add to it too. It's gonna be close actually.
Yeah, K1's got that. It's gonna time to lift off again here, but if not, I think it's
it's gonna be very close. Just about. K1 nicks it down into turn 1. Big scrap for P13 and 14 though. But wow, yeah. Shoot out to the line now. Everyone back with their. I mean, I imagine everyone's going to have full batteries. Troy's missing a bit, but he should be able to get that back in this lap. Kurabold's going to be caught up.
But yeah, he's going to have to get a move on to just get to the pack and not worry about his battery. From he's going to have, though, he's on 6 seconds of penalties already. So even though the safety car brings him back into play with the rest of the pack, not going to do much in terms of position-wise for him.
Trent in the chat saying, will soft speed good towards the end, or would the mediums have been a good choice as well? I mean, it's actually going to be quite interesting, because I think mediums may have been the better tyre towards the end, a bit like Hungary. You know, when you see in the sprint that the softs die off after 5, 6, 7 laps or whatever. But I think realistically at this stage, I think that everyone's going soft, so I think you just have to match that, and that everyone's in the same situation.
I also think with the sprint format, they would have used mediums in the sprint race, and then they would have either used mediums at the start or from the first safety car.
So they probably don't have any left.
I think the entire field is in a position where no one's got fresh mediums to even consider.
Safety car is in.
In fact, the only ones that might have were the ones, I think Ali had gone soft hard, and then I think Wolverine Kingdom might have done the same, so they may have had mediums set, but other than that.
Kurabo's getting a bit leery on the catching up as well. He flew past Svinax. Don't think there was a legal overtake there, so I wonder what kind of start Wolverine Killer's going to do at the start of the front here.
I think it's already getting going.
Wow, very early. Safety car, is the safety car in? Is the Delta going to hold him back? Well, he's timed that very well if that's the case. Yeah, he's gone. Unless he's going to randomly get disqualified, but yeah. So, completely caught the field napping. Massively. I mean, that's
absolutely drained the DRS doing this.
The one thing I would say, this might have worked out beautifully for him, as long as there's not a safety car or anything down the start. Look at the field spread already. I mean, the back is only just coming through turn 1. I think he's done this magnificent, because how many seconds? He's got 6 seconds or 3? 6. That's his only issue.
Another 3-second penalty back there as well.
I mean,
get through chasing as well.
If he was only on 3 seconds, you can understand that. Because look, I mean, just the gap down to Kurabod alone is nearly 3 seconds. Kurabod gets another 3 seconds. He's completely off the track.
Him and K1 seem to just be bumping into each other a bit, and I think he's
round.
Yeah, it's been a horrible race for him.
I wonder if he's just going to call it a day. Yeah, he's retired on track. Yeah. Well, on track as well. I think that's the first Tier 2 driver this whole season to retire on track. Killer's nearly got the one. He's already got the 1 second gap. There's, I think this is a masterclass from Killer. I mean, we'll see what happens in terms of the gaps as it goes along, and how ERS usage plays on. Because, like you said, he has now got nothing left, and by nothing, I mean zilch.
The only thing that's gone against his plan is Ali has been dropped by Kizza. I think he'd have been looking at that thinking if they could have been fighting behind, maybe, just maybe, could have some time. At least then on the podium, speed gap bit over the line. In a bit of a scrap with Spinax there.
And Kizza's catching him, yeah, so it hasn't really worked because he tried to drop him and Kizza's hung on. And he's actually
now
closing.
Also done the same and dumped his ERS though to do that.
Yeah, he's still got some left. I mean, it just depends if he can gain anything back from it, because if he can kind of push up on the straight and just do this little corner here, mid-sector 2, and he's had a little boost of ERS, so it's just whether that outright pace of the two of these is going to be enough then compared to, Ali. Ali can show good pace in the sprint then on the softs, but it's whether that gap can come down and whether he can pose anything towards the end.
Oh, look, Ali's round. Ali's into the wall and he's lost a bit of his envelope. He's going to drop right to the back and he's going to have to box, I think.
Oh, Ali.
I was on board with him. I think that's the final of the right-hander he's done it on.
Just like that, it's extremely painful. I mean, again though, that's freed Kizza and more importantly Paul. And just looking at Paul for the title, looking very, very good.
Yeah, I think Chesney will just about be in touch on the final day, but this is all based on Curable isn't expecting to turn up.
Yeah.
And if Curable doesn't turn up, Paul will almost steal it today.
Well, he's lucked right into this. I mean, it was a painful sprint for him, but he's done all he needs to do, really. I mean, he's been in the Norris situation in Miami in terms of he was chucked on the softs and looking like he was going to be towards the back, but the safety car brought him right back into it, put him into a good starting position for the restart, and even if he just solidifies a P3, I mean, what a result again. Wolverine Killer, I mean, what's the gap? What's the interval from Wolverine Killer? So he's got 6 seconds of pens. That's going to put him down to around 6. I mean, Chesney's got a pen as well. He's going to be about 6th place, isn't it, really? Kiss is going to have him this lap by the looks of things. Wolverine Killer with the fastest lap from that restart lap as well when he drained it.
Then again, he's shown very good pace on the restart to the point where Kiz is stuck with him, but then it's that 3-second gap back. So it's all about, if he doesn't battle Kizza here, he just lets Kizza through, I think, will do the play.
And try and stick with him.
Keep pushing on and just seeing if you can rescue a podium or something with the penalties he's got. You just can't afford to get another 3 seconds if he's going to get anywhere near that podium. As Banana looks getting moved on Chesney, and I think he's too far back now.
Ali said he had no feedback on his controller, so that's what chucked him into the wall. That's incredibly painful.
Hungry, didn't you?
Yeah, it's just a stupid game, isn't it, really? Yeah. Like, yeah, I am hungry, so I completely feel how that's even possible to do. And put in those corners as well, where you're so at one with the car and you're going through those right-handers, that's incredibly painful. I mean, I'm just looking at this gap with Paul as well. Paul is slightly eking towards the front too as well. That gap was at 3.1. He's knocked a couple of tenths off it, but I mean, Chesney's going to go flying past him down into turn 1. Move's done before turn 1, really. But he has got that penalty. I'll quickly have a look at penalties as well for those watching to see the degree. Chesney's got 6. Everyone's on 6 and above. There's no one left with 3, which is quite crazy, really.
Paul's going to get himself in a position where he will win if Kizza is close to 3-second penalty. Maybe I'll go have a quick look at one.
Just to see, yeah.
So there's 2 warnings on Kizza, but one was lap 1, which...
I wonder if there was a collision one in there, yeah.
Trying to see what his name. No, it was track limits on that one.
Okay.
I'm trying to spot the other to make sure.
But I mean, Paul's probably going to lose time here because he's got Banana right on him, who's got some ERS still to play with as well. So I don't think. I mean, Paul's going to obviously gain the position from Chesney once the penalties get applied, but it doesn't seem to be a case of all plain sailing for Paul though. In terms of he'll get the podium. I think Banana's in a very good position here to end up on the penalties, on the podium. Sorry. Yeah, Chesney, I think Paul's just going to come straight back past Chesney on the main straight. They're both flashing, and just in terms of DRS should send that Alfa Romeo driver through.
Quite interesting because I think the front 2 are doing the exact same, where they've realised the fight isn't against each other. They know because of penalties, there's no point in battling each other. They're just going to cost themselves time in their respective fights, because obviously Chesney's essentially 6 seconds back. And it's the same with Wolverine Killer up top.
I don't think the race is going to go as bad for Wolverine Killer as he probably thought, but I mean, it's still painful to know that he was in the mix for the win, and the penalties is going to effectively be the reason why he's become a cropper. Obviously, Chesney with the 3 seconds behind, but it's these 3 drivers in the top 6, well, behind Kizra obviously, of Poole, Banana, and Kookaburra that are going to benefit from the people ahead with penalties. And just as I say that,
Banana gets it, yeah,
on board with them as well. He just 4 wheels over the line, picks up his 3 seconds. I mean, the one thing I would say about that is, look, he can now drive with a bit of freedom now towards the line, so he
everyone else, though, like you said, is on 6, aren't they? So you've only got Kookaburra as the only one who's going to down this.
Yeah, picks up to 9, yeah. Kiz has pulled a little gap as well at the front. He's now free of DRS, just as I say that. Chesney through on Paul again, yeah. I've got a move behind as well. Spinax then back past Kookaburra. Look, a couple of moves behind. Oof, contact. Oh, what's happening back here? Someone's glitched inside. Cheetah Doozy was inside Troy. Jack sniffed around. I mean, John is going to benefit from these cars ahead, but he wants to zoom out. Cheetah Doozy's lagging a bit, and he's inside John looking to benefit from it and just drive through him. And it's John actually that's lagging really. So I don't know which one of the 2 is lagging actually. 2 have lagged in the past, so it's hard to... All contact between Doozy and Fear Jack. So Wolverine Killer gets it. That's probably solidified him outside the top 5 now, top 6.
Yeah, it's the last thing you needed.
I wonder what's going to happen for this final podium position, because it looks pretty much to be Paul's, but someone like Kookaburra as well, sat very nice in P7 right now. 1 lap left, and then he's going to heavily benefit from the people ahead with penalties as well. And it might be a podium.
It's going to be what? Kizza, Paul, then Kookaburra, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I look at the gaps and see. I mean, it looks like it, doesn't it? He's only 6 seconds off the top. It's just whether that gap with... What's that gap looking like with him and Banana, though? That's the one thing. Banana might sneak it. All depends on this last lap.
Doozy was charging the pit lane, so I assume from lag that we were on board, but he must have got wing damage from somewhere.
Or just crazy lag and he's having to leave. But yeah, it's painful considering how close it is towards the end. All to play. Look at this fight though. On track for the last podium positions. Going all the way to the line by the looks of it. Kiz has checked out as well up front. 2.1 up, no penalties. Brilliant drive from him. Poole as well. Brilliant drive from him, no penalties. And after all the chaos, he's managed to stay within the fight, pit off his softs and get back in the mix for what's going to be a P2. Well, who knows what's going to happen with the reports after as well, but initially it'll be P2. What's that gap looking like? Kookaburra is on track then to be within that 3 seconds of Banana and steal that P3. He's just hoping Banana maybe picks up another 3 seconds in this fight. He's going to have a good toe towards the line, though.
Oh,
he
got
gets a 3
second penalty. That's changing everything. So I think that now puts Banana back on the podium,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
No, the last lap of the race.
It all comes down to if he can get one removed from something, but if not, then
So Kizza wins.
the error at the end.
Yeah, Kizza wins round 9. A chaotic sprint weekend. Pull up to P2. Banana, then it's Banana, then gets P3. Cookborough P4. Unfortunately, with that last lap penalty, well, that extra warning that tipped him over the edge. Chesney doing well in the Alpine then to keep it in P5. Wolverine Killer then unfortunately dropping all the way down to P6 as well. So penalties killed him towards the end. Jono P7, Shocker P8, Spinax P9. And then we'll go through the rest shortly. But Paul is your driver of the game as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the importance of this result means if Curabold, like he said, he is doubting. If he can't make Abu Dhabi, I think this might just make full champion today.
Which is very interesting.
It's going to be confirmed next week, depending on what happens. But
Kisa doing a good point tool just to get him in the mix. I'll quickly flick through the, if anyone wants to post that was the results of the sprint. But onto the main race, wow, yeah. I mean, double points for Alpine again at the top. Even if you're looking at Alfa Romeo, Shocker doing good just to maintain a point scoring position. Could bring it home at P8 after a P4 in the sprint. So good points haul from Alfa Romeo. Good for Red Bull as well. Obviously big for AlphaTauri just from the win perspective. But wow. Go through the order quickly. Kizza wins the race. Paul second. Banana third. Kookaburra fourth. Chesney fifth. Wolverine Killer dropping down to P6 unfortunately, but he does get the fastest lap. Jono 7th. Shocker 8th. Spinax 9th. Troy 10th. And then outside the points, Fearjack unfortunately missing out, bringing home P11. K1 12th, and then Chiduzi 2 laps down, but he retired unfortunately in the pits after a couple of collisions or lag towards the end. Yeah, wow. So what looked like it was going to turn out to be quite a standard race descended into a bit of chaos, and what ensued was all that. So one more race to go then. Both F1 23, I'm tier 2, and that's one more trip to Abu Dhabi. So we'll have to see what happens. Just with regards to Kurabold as well, racing and all that.
I've just double checked actually, I'm wrong. Regardless of what happens, Kizza will stand a chance of the title on the final day. It will be quite a big gap to go into the final day, but Kizza still stands that outside chance.
So Paul obviously takes the driving seat then into Abu Dhabi, but not completely done, so we can't celebrate yet. He's got one hand on the trophy there by the sounds of things. So, I don't know, plenty still to look into. I just quickly look in the chat and see Chesney's accusing Paul of weaving, so I don't know if there's going to be anything that comes from that. And, well, yeah. On to F1 next. F1 in 40 minutes time. Tier 1 where Visible can claim the championship. So we'll have to see how that plays out. AlphaTauri are literally within touching distance, so we'd expect that to be all done, dusted today. So if you're interested in that, I think Wildstorm should be looking after you for that. So stick around if you're interested to watching Tier 1. But if you're just interested in Tier 2, come around for next week. And we've got Abu Dhabi, the season finale. But yeah, until then, goodbye.